Have you always wondered if your Spotify rap is not as accurate as it seems? Are you not satisfied with your top artists or your top songs of the year? Well, for me, my Spotify rap is honestly quite trash this year, so I'm just gonna provide my own list. Hi, my name is Random Music Stuff, and today we're gonna explore my personal favorite top 10 albums of the year 2023 from my vinyl collection. Are you okay? Hi, my name is Damien Bing, and welcome to my room. It's the same as it was since last time, and so I've decided to do my personal favorite top 10 albums from my own collection. Without further ado, let's get into it. And so my 10th album, my 10th favorite album is called Red, Lost Without Your Love. I have two copies of this. One's a bootleg Malaysian edition and one is Electra US edition. They're in very good condition. The reason I love this album because there's a lot of good songs like Hooked on You, She's the Only One, Lost Without Your Love, Belonging and Fly Away. The entire first side is a gem. For my ninth favorite album, we have Billy Joel's Glass Houses. This is particularly one of my favorite albums from Billy Joel. It's when he focuses on more rock stuff and with songs like You May Be Right. This is right after 52nd Street, and you get songs like You May Be Right. It's still rock and roll to me. Every song in it should be a hit because Billy Joel focuses on hits only, and then he puts it into his albums. For my 8th album, it will be Chicago 17. I bought this since last year, and I bought this 2 years ago actually, and I've really loved it so much. It resonates more with me nowadays. I have listened to every track and I think everything is a hit. Hard Habit to Break, Remember the Feeling, You're the Inspiration, very infamous. Prima Donna, Please Hold On, Once in a Lifetime, very good album. Donny Osmond sings back up in second track, We Can Stop the Hurting. It's South Korean pressing, original pressing. Before we continue, do you know that I play vinyl records on YouTube as well? Because I do live streams every Saturday. It's 10:30 to 12 o'clock at my time, 10:30 at night to 12 o'clock midnight, and I'll put your time zones here if that happens to coincide. So do join me as I play like my entire record collection, and you can request anything you like, I'll put it on. 7. For my 7th album, I bought this last year from Japan. Donny and Marie, Make the World Go Away. This is a very, very good album. I recommend you all listen to it. If you like soft rock, this is your basic soft rock album. This has some very, very rock hits and very soft hits. Most of them are really soft. They delve on jazz a bit, but then it's a really, really good album. I really, really recommend When Somebody Cares For You. One of these days if you like more of the rock ones. For my 7th, I bought this last year along with Donny and Marie as well, and it's Barryman Low, 2 AM Jazz Cafe. Paradise Cafe, sorry. It is a US pressing which is still in its shrink wrap, if you can see. Still in its shrink wrap, very shiny stuff. Well, Barry Manilow in 1984 teamed up with a variety of famous jazz musicians, and they came along and created this album. He has Sarah Vaughan and Mel Torme, which is a very, very, very good album. I've listened to it from the start to finish. It's a classic, forever classic. This is when I would like to relax, and then this album will be always there, no matter what. For my 6th album, I finally spent money on something new. A new artist. He's one of the greatest up and rising artists I've ever seen, and his name is Steven Sanchez with his album Angel Face. You probably have heard it before, the song Until I Found You, which has become TikTok famous, and his song is based, this entire album is based on 50s rock and roll, some a bit with some combination of modern pop, some beats. This has been on the radio for as long as this year, and I've loved it so much. Next album, we have Specs Appeal from The Shadows. This is one of the albums that I have not only bought one copy, but I bought 2 copies. Not just 2 copies. I'm crazy enough to buy 3 of them. And I'm a big, huge fan of this album. I've loved it since last year. I found it and it has changed my life completely. For the first thing I got is a UK pressing. This is one of my favorites. It has songs like, you know, God Only Knows, some instrumental songs. Mainly Shadows are known for instrumentals. And then we also have the vocal ones, which is Let Me Be The One, Cool Clean Air, Don't Throw It All Away, which is my favorite song. And Stand Up Like a Man, which is also one of my favorites. And the next album I would like to go with is Minute by Minute by the Doobie Brothers. I found this album this year, and I've recently got into the Doobie Brothers a lot, and so this album particularly is one of my favorites of all time. This obviously contains so many classic hits like, you know, Depending on You, What a Fool Believes, Minute by Minute, of course the title track. And then we get the really album cuts, which are the really groovy ones. There's songs like Here to Love You, You Never Change, How Do the Fools Survive. Very good album. This is a Europe pressing. Next will be Magenta Lane. I have this album for 2 years now. I have done it since the last video where I've done this. It's still one of my favorite albums of all time. This is number 2. This is one of my most cherished albums. I still love this album to death. I don't know why. It has that spark, that kind of magic that makes me really feel good. Yeah. This is the original Canadian pressing signed by D. Long of Klaatu. It's a very good album. Recommend it. Always recommend it to people to listen to it. It's absolutely a gem. And for number 1, we get this album, Elton John, Sleeping with the Past. I've gotten into this album about 4 years ago, and recently it revived my love for this album. When I bought this on CD, I was absolutely thrilled. I loved it from the start, and now I've decided to get it on vinyl, and I finally got it. I got it a few months ago. It sounds good. There's songs like Sacrifice, you know, Healing Hands, Whispers, and my favorite song from Elton John, Club at the End of the Street. It's so jazzy, it's so groovy, it's so pop. You have to listen to that song. It's very good. And so, we have gone down to the list, but then I would like to offer some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions including Boss Skaggs, Silk Degrees. This is a US promotional copy. Usually promotional copies are probably the best sounding ones, but then I'm sure there's more audiophile pressings that sounds better than this. But then this is my copy of the promotional copy of Silk Degrees. These are played by radio stations, and promotional copies are slightly rare to say. And you know, this has the classic hits. This is the album that shot Boss Skaggs to fame. There's What Can I Say? That's the classics, you know, Low Down, Little Shuffle, We're All Alone. Very famous ones. Very good album. And my second honorable mention is Christopher Cross, his debut album, and his most famous album probably to date. This has all the experienced musicians playing in it. This has some legendary musicians, you know. Yes, Larry Carlton on guitar, you know, Lenny Castro, Don Henley on vocals, Eric Johnson on guitar, Michael McDonald's in here as well, which is one of my favorite vocalists, and Christopher Cross is a heck of a guitar player, really heck of a guitar player. And my third honorable mention, I would not say one album, but I will consider these 2 albums on my third honorable mention. We have first Taking It to the Streets by the Doobie Brothers and Living on the Fault Line by the Doobie Brothers. These are the 2 albums I really love this year. Right, that's for the video. Thank you very much for joining me in this little video. I am sorry that I took a really long break from uploading videos. Quite lazy at making content, but then I really want to do them because it's really fun to connect with my audience. and it's really fun to do live streams every Saturday. But for now, this is all for now. So I really thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next video. Bye.